staff. I'm thrilled to be with you today and excited to be seeing our students soon. Getting on with some business. Our first training that I'm here to conduct is the sexual harassment training. I'd like to start off with a slide given the definition and types of sexual harassment. It's unwelcome verbal, visual, or physical conduct of a sexual nature that is severe or pervasive and affects working conditions or creates a hostile work environment. I know this probably isn't anything new for you guys to hear since we do this annually. Here are the two types of sexual harassment, quid pro quo and the hostile work environment, and we're going to define what each of these is referring to. With quid pro quo, this for that, sexual harassment occurs when employment decisions or expectations, hiring decisions, promotions, salary increases, work assignments, or performance evaluations are based on an employee's willingness to grant or deny certain sexual favors. So that's the quid pro quo. The hostile work environment is the second type of sexual harassment that can occur. And when we look at the hostile work environment, it's when verbal or nonverbal behavior in the workplace occurs. It focuses on the sexuality of another person or occurs because of the person's gender, is unwanted or unwelcomed, is severe or pervasive enough to affect the person's work environment. So additionally, what we're going to be talking about are the four groups of sexual harassment, and I'll be giving you some examples of each, but we're going to be looking at verbal, nonverbal, environmental, and physical when we're talking about sexual harassment. So I wanted to give you some examples of each as we get going. When we're talking about verbal sexual harassment, it might be unwanted compliments in a sexual nature or just over and over again repeatedly, making someone feel uncomfortable. It could be some kind of jokes that are told, cute names meaning to be funny possibly, but that you may find bothersome. It's when sexual nature, things of a sexual nature are referred to or brought up. It could be also someone continuously hitting on you and asking you out for a date. But it's when it's words that are spoken that cause you to be uncomfortable. Anything in that verbal category. Next, we're going to be talking about nonverbal, and this may be gestures that a person makes towards you, either with their lips or mouth, with their eyes, some type of leering or looking you up and down. It could be them also licking their lips, anything that would be nonverbal, but is some type of a gesture that is causing you to feel uncomfortable here at school. When we talk about environmental types of sexual harassment, maybe someone is posting inappropriate cartoons or sending you Facebook posts or possibly emails. Maybe they have inappropriate calendars or just some kind of display that they think is funny that is making you feel uncomfortable. And of course, once again, it could be joking about males or females or sex, but it's causing you to feel some discomfort. And then the fourth area of sexual harassment is physical. So someone is touching you, whether it's hugging, patting, embracing too closely, or embracing at all if you've let them know that you don't like to be touched. It could be someone coming by and massaging your neck or your shoulders, even if it's in an attempt to help you feel better, or they could be touching themselves in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable. So those four categories of sexual harassment, again, are verbal, nonverbal, environmental, and physical. And so we want to really encourage you to report anything that is causing you to feel this discomfort, whether it's happened once or multiple times. we're encouraging you to do that. We want Pomona to be a safe place to work, a place where you can thrive and our students can thrive, feel safe, cared for, and welcome. One of the things that I wanted to make sure that you were aware of is these are some of the reasons that people harass others sexually. Sometimes it's to express dominance or power. Sometimes it's about control. Sometimes it's just seeking peer approval, like so that they look cool or neat or trying to be funny and getting others to laugh. Sometimes someone's just being a bully, it's bullying behavior. And then the last one, when you talk about lack of awareness or lack of knowledge, I think we live in a world where most people are becoming much more aware of this. But I think about even, unfortunately, some of my own family members this summer that still is in that old school mentality of making some comments or gestures that just are not appropriate. And so, if that's going on, we'd like to help you with that. It is your responsibility to report this. Even though you may feel uncomfortable, we don't want this occurring to you or anybody else because it's not being reported. So just know that it is supposed to be mandated to be reported if it is occurring. And the last thing I want to talk to you about were the steps for the reporting process. You can go to the Montrose County School District website, and there's actually a form to document this, and you would need to do that where you actually type up or write out what had occurred. You also need to report this to your building administrator, so Chris, and hopefully you feel comfortable enough doing so. If for some reason you did not, if you're female and you don't want to tell another male, you're welcome to tell me or another woman. But basically where I'm going to guide you is to go to human resources because they're the next step that's going to help in that referral process. But Chris could also lead you in that direction as well. And so we want you to know that it's utmost confidentiality, that there will be an investigation based on your write-up or your report, and that something will be done, but this will be dealt with and handled for sure. We live in a world where this isn't okay. It's never been okay, but we're being much clearer that it's not. So we want to help you be successful. We want this to be a fantastic school year, and we want you to thrive. So I'll be seeing you soon. Please see my next training on mandatory reporting. I'm posting it next. Thanks.